Standard of Practice 12-4. Realtors shall not offer for sale or lease or advertise property without authority. When acting as listing brokers or as subagents, realtors shall not quote a price different from that agreed upon with the seller.
We've all heard that classic scenario of, well, the property is listed at 180, but I know the seller will take 170.
So you met with the seller said, I want to list it for 180, but I'll take 170. So you take the listing and you walk out now with the knowledge that they'll take less than the listed price. But of course, the world needs to know that the listed price is the price, and you have confidential knowledge.
And you need to make sure that the seller has given you authorization to quote a lower price if in fact you are.
And what you're saying is oftentimes you've heard that agents who have this confidential knowledge will actually make a statement to the buyer that they know the seller will take less, and in fact that's a violation of Article 12 and specifically this Standard of Practice 12-4.
And actually the realtor involved would be thinking they're doing a favor for the seller because they're getting them that $170,000 price. But they might have found a buyer who would have been willing to pay higher, except for the fact that the listing broker revealed that confidential information.
Standard of Practice 12-5. Realtors shall not advertise nor permit any person employed by or affiliated with them to advertise listed property without disclosing the name of the firm. Disclosing the name of the firm. Even if you're selling your own property as an agent working for that firm.
And this is directly parallel to a lot of state licensing laws as well. They're very concerned about any type of deceptive ad that might lead prospective buyers to feel that they're dealing directly with an owner. It doesn't have to be a licensee.
So let's say I'm a real estate broker associate or sales associate working for you, John, and I decide to sell my own house. And I put my house on the market and I'm going to run an ad in the newspaper. In that ad, it's my property. It's got nothing to do with my broker. Do I have to put the name of my broker's company?
You absolutely do, both under this standard of practice and most state licensing laws.
Standard of Practice 12-6. Realtors, when advertising unlisted real property for sale or lease, in which they have an ownership interest, shall disclose their status as both owners and as realtors or real estate licensees.
When a consumer sees in an ad a property listed for sale by owner, and they'll think that they're dealing with another principal in the transaction, and they're also dealing with somebody that might have the same level of knowledge. They need to know that that person, even though that they own it, if they have a real estate license, have an extra level of knowledge, extraordinary knowledge, because of what they know under being licensed. And that's what the requirement is, that basically you're not allowed to sell property for sale by owner without disclosing what your status is.
So you can sell it for sale by owner, but you must disclose and name the brokerage firm in your advertising. Standard of Practice 12-7. Only realtors who participate in the transaction as the listing broker or cooperating broker, the selling broker, may claim to have sold the property. Prior to closing, a cooperating broker may post a sold sign only with the consent of the listing broker.
Yeah, so there are two things here. One is who can place the sold sign, but the other one is who can claim that they sold the property.
You list the property for sale, and then I bring in the buyer. I'm the selling broker, you're the listing broker. The offer's accepted, the transaction closes. Who sold the property, you or me?
Well, let's say it was a $200,000 sale. I'm going to claim that I had a $200,000 sale.
I'm going to claim, I brought in the buyer, I'm going to claim that I had a $200,000 sale. Is that right? Can I do that?
Both proper.
We can both do that.
Standard of practice. You know, it's interesting, in the California Department of Real Estate found a particular broker on a $200,000 sale. This large company sold a lot of properties in which they sold them in-house.
Dual agency, probably.
So they on a $200,000 sale
got both sides.
Got both sides. So they would claim that they had a $200,000 sale on the listing side and a $200,000 sale on the selling side. So they would put it in that they had basically sold $400,000.
So a $200,000 house got $400,000 worth of sale credit. Can they do that?
Didn't fly very well with the California Department of Real Estate.
Okay.